today's requirement is that all about that the requirement. Let's understand first that what is the requirement. So the requirement saying that on incident form we have a caller field which is a reference field. I want to create four more fields which is a read only. Example: mobile number, email address, first name, last name. Whenever we select the caller, it should automatically auto-populate the above caller details using the GlideAjax and script include. So let's complete this requirement today. So what they are trying to say that under this, let's first understand the requirement. So what they are trying to say that there is an incident form. Under this incident form, let me open this particular incident. What they are saying that we have a field called caller, and then there should be two or I mean four fields like first name, last name, other, like that. And then whenever I select this caller, this first name, last name should be auto populated here, like so let's see, when I click that, I have first name, last name here, right? And then maybe a mobile number here somewhere, right? So that number or that detail has to be populated here on the incident. They are going to create a custom field. Using that, I should query and then pre-populate those details. So that is the requirement. Definitely we can complete this requirement using the Glide Ajax and then script include. There is also a quick mechanism or quick thing that we can do without any scripting also. I'll talk about that today also. So before I go to that, if you have any kind of requirement, if you are seeing my video and if you have any kind of requirement, which is mostly in the out of box, because if you ask me to create a custom table which have your organization, that is little difficult. But any out of box things that have fitted with your requirement, if you want me to do that, you can go back to my here under this case here, and then here I'm in this uh, you know script document, and then here you can, this is the requirement sheet. Here you can put your requirement and submit that. It will create a record under this sheet, and then I can basically create a video and explain you in by this video, and then you can get the details. So basically to implement that, we have two methods. So if you want to create the four fields, you can create that four fields. Otherwise, simply you can dot work this table and then get these details from this table, user table directly, right? Because the user table is a reference field. You can simply right click, go, and then form layout, and then dot work, and then bring those details directly to this incident form. And then later, if you want to make this read only, you can create client script or other steps to make this read only. So let me do that. I right click here and go to the form layout, and then probably after this caller, I'll search with the caller, and then if you see, caller have a plus sign, and then this plus sign is basically denoting that it's a reference field, and I can drill down that. So if I click here, expand selected reference field, and then here I can say that mobile number. So I can bring this caller mobile number directly here and move to after caller. And if you notice that right now it is showing that caller dot mobile number, it means that whatever the caller details is there, caller mobile number is there, I can automatically pre-populate it here. You can see this mobile number is right now visible. Now if I go back, if I go back to this user record, and then if I update there, let's say that I have a mobile number call. So let's say that this is my mobile number, and if I save that and then refresh my form here, I don't need to write any kind of single line of code. I can mark this field is read only by creating a UI policy directly, and then you can see it's automatically populating this mobile number from this caller. So if I change the caller, the next caller mobile number will be automatically populated here. So I don't need to write any single line of code. So if I, let's say, pick any other user who have the mobile number, let's say I'll pick, these are the user have mobile number, and if I select their number, and it's automatically populated their number. So I don't need to write the code. Basically it is pointing to the CC user table, it is dot working from the CC user table. But in case definitely you need a custom field or you have an other operation that you want to perform, then we can go for the GlideAjax. So I'm doing a GlideAjax for that. Okay. So what I'll do, I'll go configure form layout, and then I'll remove this number, mobile number, and then I'll do GlideAjax and show you, because this session is all about the scripting part. So I'll focus on the scripting part. So I will remove this mobile number, and here I'll create call. So now you can see these two fields are present. Now using this right click configure dictionary, either you can make this read only, or maybe you can write the script or UI policy, you can mark these to read only. Depending on your use case, you can do that. So first thing, let's say that what object we are going to use. We are using the script include first one thing. Next we are using that client script. We need to use the client script. Okay, so these two object we have to use, and then under this method we are going to use that GlideAjax, and we have to use that glide record. So these two things we need to be done here. Okay, so these are the object and these are the method I am going to use that. So let's see again. So we are going to use the client script as a client side, and then under the server side we are going to use that script include, and then the method we are basically using here called glide record one, and then GlideAjax method. So these are the things we are going to use in our today's sessions. So let's start coding first. So first I'm going to create a client script. So I'll go back to the client script module, and then I'm going to create the client script, so that whenever this field value, caller field value changes, at that moment I should use this field and then populate that. The simplest way is that glide reference, but ServiceNow does not recommend the glide reference. Why will come that point later. But we should use the GlideAjax instead of glide reference. Glide reference required very less code, but it does not recommended by ServiceNow until unless you have specific requirement. All right. So first, in the name, we should put any name, meaningful name. So I'll say that caller details here, and here under the table I should select the incident table. So basically it should run on the incident table. That's what I'm trying to say. And then what type of type of script include, it should be on change script include. So I select that on, I mean what type of client script, it should be on change. So I select the on change. So it means that whenever this field value will be changes, I should be call this script include. Then we have a field, we need to select the field, which field. So the caller field changes, we are going to run the script. So simply on the very first line, I am going to put the alert that script run. It means that whenever you change the value on the incident table, it will give the alert that script run, so that we know that our client script is running and as expected. Fine. And then what the script we have to write. So basically we have to call a script include with the specific value. What value we need to pass this caller value, and then we need to get the caller details from the script include. So we need to create a script include. So we can merge or you can use any existing script include which already there, or if there is no existing script include, we can create our own script include. So we have to go back to the script include module again, because this script needs to be write side by side, because I am not set yet. So I'll go back to the script include module. Simply on the first time, I'm going to create a script include call. The name is the user details. Name should not be have any spaces. Okay, so if you put the space, system will throw an error. And then if you see the script include, normally that server side object, like it do use for the server side operation, but if you want to call this script include from the server side, you need to be check this client callable. So it means that from the client side you can call this script include. So you have to check that. Once you check that, you can see there are pre-populated some code is populated. Now here with this we know the script include is a set of function. We can create many function or many function and then call one by one whenever we need it. So it means that we can create thousand, hundred and thousand function here. So we are going to create our first function called the user details, or maybe caller name and phone. So these might be my function. You can put any meaningful name whenever you, I mean, whatever you think, and then we need to put the comma. So script include is ready. We'll just uh, auto format this one. So this is my script include. This is the script include and this is the function. And let's say at that moment, this whenever I'm going to call this function, I will return a text call send from script include. I'm sending at that moment static information. I'm not sending the user information at that moment. I'll do the coding later. I'll save that. So this script include is ready, and you can see here it is asking for which role the script include can be called. So here I'll put that ITIL role. So who have the ITIL role, they can use the script include. Save that. So it means that this script include is ready and we can call this script include whenever we need it. Now from where we are going to call that, we are going to call from the client side. So this is my client side, and from here I need to write the code so that I can call the script include. To write that, we need to use the GlideAjax method. So to use that, first I will have to declare a variable called gx maybe. Okay, and here we need to call the new glide record, or maybe sorry, a new GlideAjax, and under this bracket we need to be put that the script include name. So whenever you put the correct class name GlideAjax, you can see it's little highlighted in the bottom, so it means it's correct. So you put the glide record or GlideAjax, it's highlighting. Now here we need to put the script include name. So this is my script include name. I need to be put this script include name. So we are going to call this script include name, and then under this script include what things we are what function we are going to call that. To define that, what we have to do, we have to put the gx dot add param, and under this param we need to put the parameter name. So we will say that sys param underscore name, and then here we need to define the function name. So what is the function name we are trying to call? This is the function name we are trying to call. We'll copy that and paste here. So what it means that call this script include with this function and return me whatever value that is script include is passing, right? So what I'll do, gx dot get xml, and then under this get xml we can pass a function name. So let's say that get data, and then what we can do, this function can be called here, called get data, the same function that you call here you can put here, and in the bracket we can define the response, and then here we can write the code to see that the response we have received properly or not. To get the response, what we can do, where answer, under this answer we have to write set of code. So let's say that we will get a response in XML format. We will say the response dot response XML dot document element, and then get attribute. And here we can say that answer. So by this method we can get the answer, and then we will alert the answer whatever we are receiving. So at that moment, if you see that we are calling that script include from this client script, we are calling this script include, and then the script include will return the fix code. Let's save that our script and see what it is working and where we get fail. So this this client script is right now safe. If I refresh this one at that moment, and let's say I am changing any of this user, and then the first alert called script run, and then it um, go to the script include, and script include return that send from SI. So it means that it's successfully able to call from client side to the server side script include. Now under the server side, we can query to that what we can query to the user record, right? So we can query to the user record and then get their mobile number and then first name and then return back to this user. So first, what I'll do under the server side script, what we have to do, we have to write the var and then gr equal to new glide record. So we know that using the glide record, we can query, or it's a SQL query. Basically, we want to query which table? We want to query under sys underscore user table. Okay. Now, under the sys user table, what do we want to query? We basically want to query a particular record or user record, right? By name, by whatever we want, right? So to query that, we need to be get that value here, right? So to get the value, we need to pass from here, right? So let's say we are passing that called gx dot add param, and this time we will say that sys param underscore user, and here what we should pass, we should pass the value of the user or maybe caller. So this caller name I should pass. So I will say that g underscore form dot get value, and then we'll pass the caller. So basically here we are passing the caller ID. Now this caller is a reference field. It means that it will return me the sys ID. Let's try that and let's see what is happening. So I'll copy this g underscore form dot get value and then paste here and save that. To show you that it is returning the sys ID or not, I just copy the same thing and then paste here. So we are passing, using this form, we are passing this to basically the caller sys ID. Now we have to receive the caller sys ID under the script include. To receive that, let's say that I'm declaring a variable called var user ID. This is the variable where I can using that I am going to store this information. Now to receive, let's say that I need to be received that the value that whatever they have sent from the client script, I have to use the this mechanism called this dot get parameter. So this dot get parameter, and here under this which parameter we should define that. So we are passing that as a parameter called sys param user. So we will get the user ID of that. Okay. So this dot get parameter will help us to receive the username that is passing from the client script. Now here we have the user ID. This is a sys ID, right? What we can do, we can use that var gr.add query. Instead of that, I am going to use today called gr.get method. So what is gr.get method? Using the gr.get method, you can see after you put the get, it's saying the name and value. So it can basically using the add query, the way we do the query. Similarly, gr.get help us to query to the particular record. Okay, but it's return only single record. Now what should we what we can do, we can pass the name and pair. So we can say that sys underscore id, so which field, the sys id field, and what is the value we are passing. So we can say this is the value we have to be passed that. So here we can define the if like that and like this one. So it means that it's saying that if we are able to find out this user, we can write the code that whatever we want to write that. So let's say that here we are saying that if the sys ID of this user ID that they are passing, that is present to the user table, if we are able to find out, we can return that. Instead, it's a short method that instead of writing that add query if next the way we have done, we can simply use the gr.get method. Now here, instead of the C side is optional field, you can pass bypass that. So if you are passing the C side, you don't need to pass the first parameter. You can only pass the second parameter. So if you are passing the two parameters, system will know the first parameter is the name or any other field like say mobile number or any other field. If you are passing only one parameter, system will know that you have done the short mechanism and then it is a CSID. So if you are passing the CSID, you don't need to do first parameter. And then once we are able to get that data, let's say once we are able to get the user details, what we are going to do, we are going to type the return, and here we need to be passed the mobile number. So let's say gr dot get value, something like that. And here we can say that what we need, actually we need the mobile number, right? So we'll open into the new tab. We need the mobile number, so we'll copy this mobile number field, right? So this is the mobile number field. I'll copy that and then here paste that. So first we need the mobile number, plus what additionally, because system can return only one value, so we'll say that mobile number pipe sign, and then plus what we need maybe the first name. So we'll say the first name, gr dot get value, and then here we can pass the first name and simply save that. So our script include code is ready. Let's try one more time the incident. So if we refresh here our incident form, and let's say I am going to get the user which does not have here, and then if we select that any particular user, you can see first it is running that sysid, and secondly it returned me that their mobile number with their first name, and then it is separated by this one. This is called separator. So we have put the special character to know that the separation between this value and this value. So we know this is the mobile number, the first, and this is the second is the our first name. Now we have to set the value here. So we are receiving the value in our client script. What we'll do, I'll say if answer, it means that if answer is page present, what I'll say where let's say that value temp value or something like that, temp value, and here answer dot split. So we know that there is a special character is coming between two value, that is the this character. Using this character we know that this is the two value, and then what we are going to do that g underscore form dot set value. Using this g underscore form dot set value, we can set particular value for particular field. So we are going to put that customer mobile number here. We are going to put that customer mobile number, comma, and then the first array index. It will, so if you use the answer dot split method, it will create an array, and this array will first position have the mobile number, like it will create a array, and then first position have the mobile number, and then second position will have their name. So we are going to use the first position of this one. So we'll say the temp mobile dot temp value dot zero position, because array always start with the zero. And then secondly, I'll copy and paste here, and then here second field name is the first name, u underscore first name. This value should be mapped with that 1. I'll remove this one here, and here you go. So what we are doing right now, we are get the answer. We'll split that with the special character that we have decided that we are going to pass here. You can put any special character, ampersand, any special character that you want to do that. And then we are doing the split here under this, and then once we do the split, it will create an array. The first array will be first value and second array will be second value. So before that we need to use the dot toString. So I'll use the toString and then dot split, save that. So let's refresh this form, and I will pick any user is not empty, run, and let's say I'll pick this user, and you can see their mobile number and then their first name is populated here. Now what we can do basically under this client script initially here we can make them read only. What we'll do, g underscore form dot set read only, and here we can define that which field we want to make read only. So we'll say that this field should be read only true, and then there will be another field I'll copy and paste here, and this is the first name which has to be read only. Let's do format right now and save. Now if we refresh here, so this is the things we are going to refresh here. So first we have refresh here. You can see during the onload this field, two fields are read only, and let's say that we will pick that any user which is, let's say, mobile is not empty, and run that. I'll pick any of this user and their number is populated. So it's a read only, and then their number is, their mobile number is populated. So I use this method like set read only here on the onload. This section is the onload, and during the onload, whenever form is loading, I am trying to make this field read only. Let's save that, and then this way you can, this is the way you can create the GlideAjax. You can populate that value. So that's it for today. If you have any question, let me know in my comment section.